Welcome back to Checkpoint. Thank you so much for staying with us. Rights activist Khalif Khalifa has filed a case seeking the arrest and sentencing of IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati for allegedly disobeying Supreme Court orders to open servers used in streaming of 2017 presidential election results. The move is set to bring to a crescendo the push to eject Chebukati by politicians, especially after he withdrew IEBC from a multi-sectoral committee planning a smooth holding of the 2022 elections. Meanwhile, 2.7 billion shillings will be slashed from sitting MPs after the appeals court declined to suspend an order on house allowance, requiring them to refund monies they had allocated themselves. Willie Lusige reports.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati, is in the eye of a storm over Bengal 2017 presidential election. A case has been filed in the court by activist Khalif seeking to revisit the Supreme Court orders requiring IEBC to open the servers and bar Chebukati from holding office up until he complies with the orders of the highest court in the land. Khalif's lawyer, Willis Otieno, in the case filed before the High Court, has named ODM leader Raila Odinga and Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka as interested parties, which now attracts their say on if they will support the activist or side with Chebukati. At the same time, Khalif wants the court to jail Chebukati for 6 months for allegedly disobeying court orders.
Monday to Monday.
Khalif says, and I quote, "In direct violation of the orders of the Honorable Court, Mr. Wafula Chebukati, the returning officer of the presidential elections, has refused and willfully disobeyed the orders of Honorable Court and denied the parties and the Kenya people access to technology, and particularly the servers used in the presidential elections, whose results were subjected to petition number 1 of 2017 before the Supreme Court." End of quote. In his reply, Chebukati sees the case filed by Khalif as a grand plot to hound him out of office. He argues that there was no order issued against him in person and was not sued by Raila and Kalonzo in his personal capacity, and wants the court to dismiss the case. This is the second case filed against Chebukati over the Bengal 2017 presidential election. The first case was filed by Samuel Clinton Elijah and wants the IEBC chair to be barred from holding office over the disputed elections. And still in the corridors of justice, members of parliament will walk home with less salary come Christmas after the Court of Appeal declined to suspend an order requiring them to refund Kenyan shillings 2.7 billion they allocated themselves for house allowance. Last year, the High Court found that the lawmakers had illegally allocated themselves the allowance and ordered the Parliamentary Service Commission (PSC) to recover the money in 1 year. Aggrieved members of parliament, clerks of the National Assembly and the Senate, and also PSC moved to the Court of Appeal, arguing that the High Court misinterpreted the Constitution on the roles of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission vis-a-vis those of the PSC. They asked Justice Wanjiru Karanja, Jamila Mohammed, and Gatebu Kairu to suspend the judgment until the appeal is heard and determined. However, the 3 judges found that although they had raised a noble issue for the court to hear during the appeal, they did not convince the court that they would suffer if salary cuts were effected. The court ruled, and I quote, "Our conclusion therefore is that the applicants have failed to demonstrate the nugatory aspect, and the 2 principles being conjunctive, then establishing only one of them does not aid the applicants." End of quote. Willie Lusige, KTN News.
Elders from the Sabaot community living in Bungoma County